Dear friends, this is Sanjeev Verma and today I am going to talk about 5 rules to find and bring your spark to life. Working hard for something we don't care about is called stress, and working hard for something we love is called passion. I think one of the mistakes that people make is they think purpose comes from their job. I have been whatever for so many years, and when then I lose my job or I retire, I now don't have a sense of purpose because I so closely associated my self-worth with the job that I did. I knew what my job was. I had a sense of purpose, and one wonders if those things are conflicted, right? Which is, I had a sense of purpose for my job, and then when I didn't have the job, all of a sudden I woke up in the morning, didn't know what to do. The purpose is not you are a soldier. Your purpose is not you are an intelligence officer. Your purpose is not the job that you wake up to do every day. Your purpose is something bigger. I have 5 little rules that you can follow as you find your spark and bring your spark to life. The first is to go after the thing that you want. Let me tell you a story. So, as a friend of mine and we went for a run in a park. The Roadrunners organization on the weekends. They host races like marathons, and it's a very common at the end of the race or marathon they will have a sponsor who will give away something, apples or pizza or something else. And on this particular day when we got to the end of the run, there were some free pizzas and they had picnic tables set up, and on one side was a group of volunteers. On the table were boxes of yummy pizzas, and on the other side was a long line of runners waiting to get their pizza. So I said to my friend, let us get pizza, and he looked at me and said, the line is too long. And I said, free pizza. And he said, I don't want to wait in line. And I was like, free pizza. And he says, no, leave it. It's too long. And that's when I realized that there are 2 ways to see the world. Some people see the things that they want, and some people see the thing that prevents them from getting the things that they want. I could only see the pizza, and he could only see the long line, because the rule is you can go after whatever you want. You just cannot deny anyone else to go after whatever they want. You don't have to do it the way everybody else has done it. You can do it in your way. You can break the rules. You just can't get what you want in the way of somebody else getting what they want. Rule number 2. In the 18th century, there was something that spread across the Europe and eventually made its way to United States of America. Puerperal fever, also known as the Black Death of childbed. Basically, what was happening is women were giving birth and they would die within 48 hours after giving birth. This Black Death of childbed was the ravage of Europe. And it got rose and rose and rose over the course of over a century. And these doctors and men of science wanted to study and try and find the reason for this Black Death of childbed. So they got to work studying, and they would study the corpses of the women who died, and in the morning they would conduct autopsies, and then In the afternoon, they would go and deliver babies and finish their round. And it wasn't until somewhere in the mid of 1800s then one scientist realized that all of these doctors who were conducting autopsies in the morning weren't washing their hands before they deliver babies in the afternoon. And he pointed it out and said, guys, you are the problem for this black death of childbirth. And they ignored him and called him crazy for 30 years until finally somebody realized that if they simply wash their hands, it would go away. And that's exactly what happened. When they started sterilizing their instruments and washing their hands, the black death of childbirth disappeared. The lesson here is sometimes you are the problem. Take accountability for your actions. You can take all the credit in the world for the things you do right, as long as you also take responsibility for the things you do wrong. It must be a balanced equation. You didn't get it one way and not the other. You get to take credit when you also take accountability. Lesson 3. Take care of each others. The soldiers of Indian Army are perhaps the most elite warriors in the world. And one of the soldiers was asked who make it through the selection process, who is able to become a soldier, and his answer was, I can't tell you the kind of person that become a soldier. I can't tell you the kind of person that makes it through. But I can tell you the kind of person who don't become soldier. He says the guys that show up with huge bulging muscles covered in tattoos, who want to prove the world how tough they are, none of them make it through. He said the preening leaders who like to delegate all their responsibilities and never do anything themselves, none of them make it through. He says some of the guys that make it through were skinny and scrawny. He said some of the guys that make it through, you will see them shivering out of fear. He says, however, all the guys that make it through, when they find themselves physically spent, emotionally spent, when they have nothing left to give physically or emotionally, somehow, some way, they are able to find the energy to dig down deep inside themselves to find the energy to help the guys next to them. They become soldiers. Do you want to be an elite warrior? It's not about how tough you are. It's not about how smart you are. It's not about how fast you are. If you want to be an elite warrior, you better get really good at helping the person to the left of you and helping the person to the right of you, because that's how people advance in the world. The world is too dangerous and the world is too difficult for you to think that you can do these things alone. If you find your spark, I commend you. Now, who you gonna ask for help? And when you are going to accept help when it's offered, learn that. Learn by practicing helping others. It will be the single most valuable thing you will ever learn in your entire life. Learn to accept help when it's offered and to ask for it when you know that you can't do it. The amazing thing is when you learn to ask for help, you will discover that there are people all around you who have always wanted to help you. They just didn't think you needed it because you kept pretending that you had everything under control. And the minute you say, I don't know what I am doing, I am stuck, I am scared, I don't think I can do this, you will find that lots of people who love you, will rush in and take care of you. What that will only happen if you learn to take care of them first.